What's up, dudes? Welcome to another episode of Random Dudes with Random Brews. It's your boy, Drunken Love. Enjoy this episode, and don't forget to drink responsibly.
Fucking knock that fuck out. Oh, yeah. Fucking blow that shit over here. I want to smell it.
What episode are we on now?
It doesn't matter. You guys will find out when I post it.
All right.
How rude.
You mad?
I'm not mad.
Sound pretty mad.
I'm just tired of arguing about this.
He's like, I don't give a fuck what episode it is.
No, it's just
Which one is it?
You hear that? Wait.
We're on
quiet,
7.
Be quiet for like 2 seconds. Do you guys hear that? All right, just wondering.
I can hear it slightly.
we got someone sleeping on the podcast.
We got
our beer guy, Marcos.
Marcos.
Way to go.
So what are we drinking today?
Ooh, so today, something special. Some White Claws for the boys. I'm about to sip on some black cherry.
I got black cherry too.
Oh, hell yeah. All about that raspberry.
And I got raspberry too.
Nice.
That's crisp.
I like it. I love it.
Damn.
This is
This
dangerous.
Ooh.
This does taste like just carbonated water.
Yes, but it's very dangerous.
This black cherry one is the business.
Oh, man.
So it's 5% alcohol.
What do we know about this? Who the hell makes White Claw?
I don't know.
Is this American or is this like European?
It's probably in a frat back in the day or something.
Feels like a European thing.
European.
Like you find this like Amsterdam or something like, oh yeah, we on that White Claw stuff.
I can see that.
This is just like their natural geyser water. This is just shit you find in their lake. Pretty good though. I feel like I could drink 3 of these and then it's gonna hit me out of nowhere. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I like it a lot. It tastes
Adrian,
really good. You're right.
wake up.
I'm up.
No, you're not. Get up, dude. We're recording.
I am up.
Look into my eyes, boy.
I am.
Kiss me.
What's up?
I hate you so much.
So what can you tell us about this, Ruben?
I don't know, dude. It has a fucking wave as its logo and it's fire as fuck.
Like, am I gonna die from drinking this shit, or
Hopefully.
like it feels like a miracle drink?
I mean, it tastes like one too. I don't know, dude. It's only 100 calories.
Only 100 calories. Has 5% alcohol. So that's like alcohol by volume. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Why the hell are people still buying Bud Light?
it's definitely carbonated. It's probably because this is a little pricey. I think I bought about a 12 pack or 16 pack, and it came out to $17 after taxes. It's a little pricey, but I think it's worth it.
16 or a 12 pack?
I don't remember. It's probably a 12. Telling by how quick we ran through that, it's probably a 12.
12. All right.
Yeah, but I liked it a lot.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So we all know why we're here.
Everyone's dead.
At least some of us know why we're here.
I think we're sleeping off. You guys,
All right,
you guys can hear that, right?
Hear what? Yes, Chris.
Heavy breathing.
We've heard it.
All right, got it.
all right,
Marcos died. He drank too much. He
R.I.P.
knocked out on the table.
It's that White Claw effect.
You gotta. I miss you, dude.
All right, I want to talk about something really quick. So, this past week, Joker came out,
Oh, yeah.
and I thought that movie was great.
Oh yeah.
It was a beautifully shot movie. It was very cinematic, and it really brought out like how tormented the Joker is, and I loved it. It was so good. I don't know if I watch it again. It's kind of one of those movies that you take in once and you're pretty good with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really recommend it.
You know, I got an 8-minute standing ovation at a film festival. I think in Santa Monica
8 minutes?
or Venice. Yeah.
So people were clapping for fucking 8 minutes?
Yep.
Holy
Minutes,
shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was great. But it's been getting a lot of bad press for glorifying violence, especially in a time that people are scared of
Insensitive.
mass shootings and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And the Joker's kind of a symbol for that, right? It's just insanity and public disorder, things like that. And especially with those Batman shootings that happened for the Dark Knight opening,
Yeah.
like people are just scared. Like when I went with my girlfriend, and there was cops like posted at our movie theater.
I have cousins up in Florida that they pretty much canceled the showing of the premiere for Joker because supposedly someone was going to go shoot up the theater.
Yeah, which is crazy because people are scared that you're gonna get imitations to the Joker and all this crap.
Yeah.
But after watching the movie, I can wholeheartedly like say that it doesn't praise
Or provoke
violence.
that violence.
Yeah, like throughout the movie, you can just tell that the main character, Joker, is tormented and he does this stuff out of like evil, right? It doesn't like glorify it at all. And I kind of think it's kind of a dumb argument to say that it does, especially when people are calling to cut the movie. Like they're asking, was it Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To completely like remove the movie. But then you get things like action movies that are killing others people too, and you're like, that does glorify it because like, oh, he's a hero and blah blah blah, right? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I've heard that argument earlier today as well. But I don't know. I think you're always gonna have movies like this, and the only people that glorify it see it through a very different scope than most people. You can't blame it on the movie itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like people are gonna find ridiculousness in something. Like John Lennon, wasn't he killed because someone misinterpreted one of his songs or something like that? I'm probably like saying something way wrong, but
Jamie, can you fact check us?
shit, I gotta
Jamie was
fact
the
check
one that
myself
set
now.
that up.
No, but I mean, you can kind of say the same thing about parents who are arguing that it's not, that the Joker's not a family movie. It's obviously not a family movie.
Honestly,
It's kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's almost similar to that.
I have my sister who I dropped off at homecoming today, and I was like making fun of her because like my mom was saying, "Oh, make sure to stay inside the whole time. Make sure not to go outside. There are kids that are like with weapons nowadays or like shooting up schools," and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like that got dark real quick. Like I don't know if you guys remember watching like 13 Reasons Why or sorry, spoiler. It's been out for a while. Anyway, they got like this like school shooting type thing. And I'm just like, shit, like it's scary. Like different generations are growing up like with pretty much that fear of going to school because of getting shot. So a movie that like might incite like this violence, like I definitely don't see the correlation, but I don't know. Like I feel like if it is gonna provoke like that certain people that see it with that like praise, like maybe we can try to like keep an open mind and like maybe see how that might provoke them to do something like that.
I mean,
Do you think like it might be there, Alan? Because you're the one that watched it. I wasn't able to catch it this weekend.
So you're talking about
So someone that like has been like not necessarily tormented because like Joker was probably like, on a different level, but might be feeling like some sort of pain or something to like go off and like you don't see it like something like that maybe.
I don't think so because the movie was mainly focused on how shitty his life was, and he's like he has a mental affliction. And like you can argue like, oh, people who are going something through similar to him will like get inspiration, but
it's very like odd to like see somebody within the same like disabilities and
because
going through the same
it's
thing.
a very specific scenario.
Okay.
It's almost like I think 70s, and it's during a time where it's like almost like a depression. There's no jobs, everyone's hurting. Then you got this guy, like going insane and getting beat up by life, but then he does all this bad stuff and he gets recognized and he grows from that. Like I can see where you can influence people, but it's very specific circumstances for what happens. And I don't know. I don't think people will get influenced by that.
No.
But now you're getting into a whole different argument, like
Yeah,
mental illness, right?
definitely.
Which is crazy. But for the sane person, they're not going to be influenced by this at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, coming from a personal standpoint, this is going to be a little deep, but I feel like when I was raised, my dad was pretty strict with me, and I feel like physically, it was on another level, and I can personally say that growing up, I had a really hard life, hard childhood and whatnot, but I don't think seeing a movie like that would influence me to do anything like that. And even with like everything that's going around in today's world, like none of that stuff that's happened.
What if you had like a gun available to you,
No,
like at ease?
no. I could easily get one if I wanted to, though.
No. Okay.
Right? I mean, I could.
Probably.
It'd probably
This
take
is,
about a week.
This is America, so
Yeah, it'd probably take
yeah.
about a week. But I mean, I still haven't gotten to get one. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could go get one, right?
Yeah, that is
So-
true. And he would, I don't know. Like I feel like we definitely need to up our background checks and stuff
Yeah.
at least. I mean, like most of America at least agrees with that. But yeah, like I feel like this is like some of the same scenario that was going on with like video games like earlier. Like I don't know if you remember when like Grand Theft Auto was coming out and people were giving backlash like, oh, violence in video games promotes violence in society. But then you got video games that are literally on the global scale, and gun violence and mass shootings tends to be just here in America, you know?
Yeah, there's been tons of there's been tons of articles that have disproven that, and I've never heard of like any pro Fortnite player shooting up a place, but I do remember one specific mass shooting. Not I don't even think it was considered a mass shooting. I think he just shot one specific individual, but it was at a Madden tournament, and I believe it was in Florida. And I think he was just angry
Oh,
that...
the Texas one.
Was it Texas?
I think it was Texas. And he got mad because he lost the match.
Yeah, because he lost.
And he just shot up the place. I think he
Yeah.
got a couple people.
Was it a couple people?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I remember him specifically targeting one guy for sure, but I wasn't aware of the others that were involved in that.
But that's crazy because that was a specific attack. And it's not like, oh, you can say, oh, video games cause it's a sports game.
Yeah, it's
So it's
not
weird.
It's not violent at all.
Yeah.
So it's pretty odd.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, there's a lot of like messed up movies and games, and it's like, oh, violence is provoked. Like most people who are doing this have like specific agendas and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they're in their right mindset either because I mean, I consider myself a sane person and I would never do something like that. But recently at Cal State LA, me and my friend had this strange encounter. So we were at the library, and you know how there's other individuals there that don't go to school there, but they're allowed to use the library for like, resources and whatnot. There's this older man there, and at first we thought he was talking on the phone about like something about him being a police officer, and then he started talking about students and how they don't do their work, and then somehow that evolved into like half of the students on campus don't belong on campus because they're immigrants. Like he was saying some crazy stuff.
Shit.
And we thought he was on the phone, but my buddy was able to like peek over and saw that he was like speaking out loud, waiting for someone to say something.
Yeah.
And then my friend went downstairs to go tell like management or just someone that worked there.
Yeah.
And as soon as he headed down, the guy was like, "Oh yeah, you want to take this outside? Like we can take this outside." And he was being like very, very erratic about it.
So we have like a similar people like down at Riverside that would actually be by the. I don't know if you ever walked by the bell tower. Alan?
Yeah, you would have like religious groups that would like love fighting with people. Like they would just go out into the middle of with the bell tower because it's like considered a free speech area or something like that.
Yeah. Right.
And they would just like, they're very far right people just screaming like,
just
The
really
common
provocative
things.
things that
Yeah.
would like get under people's skin.
Yeah.
And so we heard that pretty much they were there just to provoke the students to assault them in order to get their money, like to carry out a lawsuit against either the school or the student. And I was just like, that's fucking petty. Like, bro, like that's like, hey, if you're gonna protest, like I understand, like protest is fine, freedom of speech, hell yeah. But if you're just fucking protest to get money, that's fucking a scam. Like, bro, get the fuck off my school. Like,
I remember this one time I was going to jury duty, and then there's this guy there's this religious guy just handing out stuff in the front of the court, and he's like talking to people. People are ignoring him, right? You know, I just ignore these people, and then he goes up to me. He's like, sir, do you believe in Jesus Christ? And I'm like, and I do. I'm a little bit religious. So I'm like, yeah, of course. And he's like kind of surprised, like, that's great. And he's like, and he started talking to me a little bit, and he was like, all right, when was the last time you went to church? And I'm like, I'll tell you the truth, it's been a while. I'm pretty bad at that. I need to catch up with. He's like, you know what, you do. Have a great day, sir. I'm like, okay, cool. That was good. That was a good exchange. So like, not all of them are like that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
A lot of them are pretty radical, and like, I'm not a religious person myself, but I have no problem with people being religious, and having that freedom.
So Adrian here is having a little bit of trouble.
oh man,
You guys give me the shittiest pop filter.
You're not even gonna talk. Just put it down.
Fuck you.
oh god,
I'm gonna have to.
You're not even putting your input.
I'm gonna have to denoise the fuck out of this portion.
oh man.
Fuck this podcast. No, I quit.
So yeah, as I was saying, we have open applications. Just gonna be a recurring segment in the episodes. Fucking stop, dude.
Dude, this White Claw keeps making me burp.
Does it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's so much carbonation.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
feel it
bubbly.
like I'm burping
pretty
like every
good.
2 seconds. Like just it's coming back up.
Yeah, it's good, but I keep burping.
These things are deadly.
Going back to what I was saying.
After a couple of these, no.
You'll be knocked the fuck out, like Adrian.
I'm already sleepy. These things are.
All right, let me give you guys a scenario. Let's go back to this violence thing.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
So say you're the executive of Warner Brothers, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
And you are in charge of all this executive stuff, right?
Hell
You're the
yeah.
boss. You're in charge, right? You can do whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
People make a claim. You need to take down the Joker movie
Okay.
because it's going to influence bad people. Is it true or not?
Hell no.
I
So no,
flip
right?
the middle finger and tell him to kiss my ass because
Yeah.
there's no proof of that.
Is there?
Is there?
If there's a legitimate claim, then you would take it down.
Possibly.
Although I personally wouldn't believe, like I'm super against me believing people are going to be like inspired to do something very violent. If I was in that position, I would definitely do it simply because I don't want that to come down on me.
But you just
Oh.
wasted, say, $5 million on this production to make this movie.
I don't think it's that cheap. I think it's more like on the hundreds of millions of dollars.
I don't think it's 100 million. I think it's more like,
You don't think it was like
20,
at least
25?
160 with like all the for productions?
let's look at this. We have the power of the internet.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I would play it smart. I would.
Of course you would.
If it like there were circumstances in which this film might cause like violence, I would not want to put the people's lives at danger. So if like say I knew that mass shooting, like say like one that happened in Colorado where the guy actually I think he attended UCR.
He did.
He did, huh? Yeah.
He was a student for
He's like
UCR.
eptomology or whatever, the study
I
of
forgot
insects,
what
I
it
think.
was, but he was a grad student for me.
Whatever. Anyway, if it was like something like the Colorado shooting, then I would try to prevent like violence like that. I would probably release it on a streaming site, maybe like Netflix, and send it straight to like something like I don't know if you remember
That
the
makes
North
sense.
Korean movie like that Seth Rogen and what's his name?
The Interview. You're
Yeah,
talking
The
about
Interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do something like that because I wouldn't want to harm anybody, you know?
That's a pretty smart move. I could agree with that. What about you, Alan?
You see, I think there's some pretty awful stuff made. But if I was an executive and then I had to weigh in, is it right for me to publish this? And if I looked at it objectively, I don't think there's any harm in it.
Yes.
Especially that I've seen the film, I have a little bit more of a informed
decision.
right? Then you got to think is the film, if I were to not release the film, is that an attack on filmmakers and freedom of speech and artistic views and things like that
Yeah.
versus the safety of the public? I don't know. It's a hard decision, but I think I'd still release it.
So what if somebody were to create a film that actually does incite violence? What would you feel about that, though?
I don't know. What are they making like an instructional video? How to make a bomb 101. They're making it a comedy. It's a family-friendly comedy.
I don't know. For some
Are
reason,
you talking about like something identical to like making a movie on mass murders? Would it be on that extreme level?
I don't know what it would look like. I don't feel like I ever taken the point of view like, oh, this film's trying to get me to go out there and kill people, you know, like or to go shoot up a school shoot up a
School shoot up.
I almost like fucked that up.
Wow, the school
Anyway.
shooting up something, huh? That's pretty wild.
Yeah. I've never.
I don't know. This is off topic, but the stupid Colorado shooter.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did go to our school, and I think it was undergrad.
Undergrad?
So I have a friend from San Diego, and so is the shooter. Shooter's from San Diego.
Oh shit.
My friend went to a certain middle school and high school.
Uh-huh.
The shooter also went to, and he also went to UCR with me. So he always had this stupid theory. He's like, you know what?
What if I'm a school shooter?
We're gonna see
not a
if
school
elementary
shooter.
schools make a shooter or not, because we both attended the same middle, high, and college. The only thing difference between me and him is our elementary school. So if I shoot up a school, then it's not elementary school.
Jesus.
Oh my god. You should not be laughing at this. We're going to hell for this. Good job, Alan.
We've triggered so many people right now.
Hey, it's not my joke. I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the
I'm the
messenger.
That is true. That is true. What else are we talking about today?
So we were talking about gun violence. So I wanted to get into like maybe how it relates to video games. I think like Apex just released their new video game and Call of Duty's coming out. What about violence in video games?
You know what? Speaking from a personal standpoint, I used to get really angry playing video games, like throwing my controller and stuff like that. Back in the day, maybe around when I was in high school.
Yeah, all that competitiveness.
But yeah, it never took, like, it never brought me to that level of taking it out on someone else. It never got that serious, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to definitely being angry playing video games because you want to be the best, and it's hard to accept the fact that you're not, especially as a kid. You think you know everything. You know, you're.
Oh, you don't?
Unfortunately, you don't.
I like to look at video games as a good medium to release all that stress and anger. Like, yeah, they can be violent, but like that's where you're releasing your violent tendencies, you know?
That's true.
Like, people punch walls, or they can like scream at a TV, or
did
they can
both.
hurt someone.
So I play
You know?
CSGO, side note, and my roommate came knocking on my door because apparently I was banging on my desk like this. And like I had just died, and I was just like banging like on my desk, just like casual tap. And he comes into my like room, and he's like, "Bro, shut the fuck up." And I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna get off now." Like
Oh, shit.
I did not mean to piss him off, but apparently like I was making a lot of noise with just the banging on the desk, and I don't know, like I didn't think it was too loud, like maybe our walls are too thin, but I was just like, fuck. It was like a tendency I didn't know I had until like I took off like because I've been playing with what do you call it? Earplugs, not headphones, rather than earphones rather than headphones.
Yeah.
And like I wasn't like able to catch on me banging on the desk. And I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, right. But I'm pretty sure
Apologies
you
to that
definitely
roommate.
definitely appreciate you slamming on that desk rather than you shooting up the entire house. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like I like
Maybe
what-
next time I'll
I
buy
agree
my-
with what Alan said. Like it's a great way to get out that anger that you have with Enya. I agree with that 100%.
Maybe if I had like a gun accessible to me, I'd be like,
But yeah, let's
Shooting
say
in the
that. Like, what's the difference between you releasing your anger on someone else? Like, what's that tipping point? What is the thing that triggers you over the edge? Like, is it really a violent video game, or is there something else going on? Like, isn't there like
Something bigger.
something inside every person that what you're doing is wrong? Like, yeah, of course you can just
Like
go
a
up
moral
and
compass?
like say a car. You don't like someone, you can break their window or something. But what's stopping you from really doing that? You know,
it's like,
Morals?
So
Like your moral integrity,
your
things like that, right?
Your conscious, your
that's
I forgot what it's called in Catholicism. It's your what do you call it? Man, I forget what it's called.
Blood of Christ? No.
No, damn it! It starts with a C, I think. God damn it! Good job, the blood of Christ, bro. I should keep you. If you ever feel like shooting up school, just have a little bit of that blood of Christ, you know.
Jesus
Pretty
looking
sure.
down at me right now. He's shaming me right now.
he has a little list of little tally marks, and Ruben's like, "Oh, this is on the bad side."
Oh my god. It's something you're within your consciousness. Conscious. You're conscious, right?
I don't think that's a
conscious?
religious thing, though, right?
No, I feel like that's just a general term.
It's really big in comic books. It's in what do you call
Little
it?
devils on your- and the
Daredevil.
angel on the-
No. Daredevil is really big on this. It's I think, man.
You're moral
whatever.
conscious.
Look at you slamming.
Whatever.
All right, Adrian,
God damn
what's
it,
stopping
I
you
can't
from
remember.
shooting up a school?
Prison.
And now we're on a list.
Just kidding. I would never even think about doing that.
Yeah, but it's like something
why?
inside you that
What
knows
the fuck you mean?
that's wrong, right?
I mean, just explain as to why.
Just straight up government laws
It's
preventing you. Is that?
No, it's just
literally-
inhumane. Why would I shoot up a high school
So
or
it's
some
morals,
type of school?
right?
What do you mean high school? Whoa, you're getting very
Yeah, I
specific
know how
here.
that was very specific. Why would I shoot up a high school in Fontana, located on the east side of? I would never. I don't know. That's just. I don't know. It's so weird.
It's so like this is a point I'm trying to make. That these are the type of people, like, personally that you would never do that. That's wrong.
Right.
Nothing's gonna change that, really. Like, you're not gonna get
Right.
so easily influenced from media and stuff like that. The type of person who is going to shoot up a school is gonna shoot it up. Maybe maybe a movie is gonna push him over the edge, but something was
Wait.
gonna do that.
Wait. I got another counter argument.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go
on that.
Let's hear it.
Other countries.
All right.
Other countries. Why are other people shooting up schools in other countries?
Okay, but
If say we make up what 300 million out of 7 billion population on Earth, why are we experiencing the most mass shootings just
Okay.
here in the U.S.?
So that's a different argument because others have different accessibility to weapons. The problem we have is, yes, people are having easier accessibility to weapons, so that's why it's happening more often here. But it is still happening in other places. Australia is a big one. Didn't someone shoot up a synagogue or something like that?
Okay.
That was
different.
That was over some racist shit. No.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm saying he's the type of person who's gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
true.
but yeah, you're right. We're the third most populous country in the world, I think, behind China and India. Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
China, there's no way you're gonna get a weapon like easily, and plus it's so regulated over there. India, I don't know. I can't speak for India.
China's
But
a whole
you wouldn't be
nother
able to
level.
find out if it was happening in China.
Yeah. China's on some other
Just
shit.
kidding.
right now.
And we're on another
But
list.
those I'm gonna say like social stigmas and stuff like that. China, India are very different from the U.S. The U.S. is very free and we're big on critical thinking and like freedom of speech and mind, right? So it's here we're so open to the idea that you should be able to do whatever you want, and so it's harder to isolate and figure out these people who are broken or something like that. versus in India where there's socially the stigma
is already pushing them to like.
and
all right.
they're easily found. And
I feel like there's another thing. A lot of these other countries that you're referring to are a lot more. What do you call it? There has a little bit more unity within these countries. They're more unified due to
and it's a sense of community between them
because
everyone
of
too.
rather than here where we're more diversified
Mm-hmm.
just because of ethnicity, race, and religion.
Yeah.
And so social class and wealth and all that. So there's a lot more differences here rather than a lot of these other countries where that's where I feel like there's more what do you call it? Like a sense of inequality and someone that might like be experiencing this like sort of maybe depression or sense of I don't know.
But like people who are off like a little screw loose, like are gonna be a danger
go
to others.
off and
Usually
the accessibility
are
to weapons.
people within communities that are closer and things like that will be able to identify that and like it's different.
I don't know because like being Hispanic and like looking down in Mexico and like talking to some of my cousins, you don't find that like you said, it might be that screw that's loose, but still like that sense of unity of a community, and you just like don't see it happening. Like you're like, why the hell would I shoot up a school? Like it just doesn't ever come to mind, you know.
And everyone's so alike in different countries. Here, everyone, like you said, is so diverse that ill feelings do come out through bullying, like, and things like that, or like two major forms: bullying because someone's different, and so they try to go against everyone else, or they're trying to silence others who are different from them in a group environment. That's what I think.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with people not having all of their brain cells due to vaping.
I mean, if the government would have regulated a little more on like stupid guns as they would do to like vaping or something, we might actually prevent like an actual epidemic of.
Yeah, I think right now the whole vaping issue, or at least what the U.S. government is doing to combat that, is super counterproductive.
Wait! You're against the vaping?
Well, no,
initiative?
because what they're doing is they're banning a lot of like e-cig, like tobacco shit, but a lot of the deaths are coming from THC.
No.
No, they are.
No, wait.
Yes.
Wait. I thought they were banning THC.
No.
They're banning all of vaping. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, they're mainly targeting fucking e-cigs.
I didn't know that. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's super counterproductive, because they're trying to make from what I've been seeing a lot, they're trying to make it seem like fucking flavored tobacco is the cause of all these deaths, which is not true. It's coming from like black market THC cartridges, and that's where the deaths are coming from, because you're getting shit that's not regulated. But that's not what's being told.
Yeah, I can see that. So I was actually reading up on it, and supposedly they were linking it to like supposedly like they had like, oh, we have found that maybe it's due to this vitamin E found in this like type of THC mix or whatever.
I heard about that too.
And
yeah.
so I was like, vitamin E's causing this fucking disease? Like, fuck, dude.
Cyanide too, actually. Cyanide was a big one.
Well, cyanide binds and like the way it binds, it doesn't let you transfer oxygen throughout your body, and so it depletes your body of oxygen pretty much. But
Be aware of apples. You'll die
yeah,
from
don't eat
cyanide
the
poisoning.
seeds of fucking apples.
Apples are the enemies.
You're
I
trying
love
to kill
apples.
somebody, grind up the apple seeds. Wait, what? Imagine
We're
like,
definitely on
somebody
a list
dies of
now.
Apple seeds.
Fuck. I don't know though. Like, I'm super against vapes in general, but at the same time, like, I'm pretty big on drinking. So who am I to say that people shouldn't be smoking fucking
You're Ruben Villanueva. That's who you are. That's exactly
Lives
who
on
I am.
address.
I'm sorry.
this podcast is over. Thanks for listening. No, really. I mean, on a serious note, though, like if the government's gonna try to do something, they should try to take a step forward rather than 2 steps back. What they're doing is really counterproductive and hurting people who.
I think this is funny though. More funny in the sense that when they find the stupid shit that is actually causing the whatever it is in your lungs, it's gonna be some stupid, like, I don't know, some stupid chemistry going on, like some random ass chemistry that somebody didn't take into account. Or just like, shit, it's not gonna fucking do anything, and it's like fucking up the whole system of your lungs. I mean, I think that's like stupid hilarious right there. But watch it end up being like something like the metal is like fucking lead.
Yeah, like that's a good point, because the thing I find crazy is how unregulated the market was. It was just some new product came out,
Oh yeah.
got big, everyone was using it, and everyone was like, no one knows the long-term effects of these things. Everyone was just like, yeah, let's like use this vape, it's safer than smoking, right? That was a big thing I heard. Like, it's better for smokers because it has less nicotine and all that. And then it was just no science behind it, right? They're just like, let's make it. And now all these ill effects are happening.
I wouldn't say there's no science behind it. There's
Like very little science.
There's one big market that I can think of, and that's
But why would it say it was unsafe, but there's no regulations behind it? Why would they tell us that? Why would they? If they can make a buck, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I got a reason, because so e-cigarettes right now, I forgot the company, Juul actually dominates the market.
Juul.
So in order to stay in power, they want to be within regulations. They want to be pretty much on top of this, and they want to be like FDA regulated and whatever the fuck it is.
Have there been any deaths related to Juul?
I don't think so. I think this is just strictly on THC, like black market items that actually have like actually official what do you call it, companies that produce this THC vapes. They actually haven't experienced any deaths. It's only the black market, from what I have read.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you might find like some outlier somewhere, but this is only, like I said, like from what I've read so far.
Right.
What about you, Adrian?
Great insight.
Because Adrian, you have some experience with vaping, don't you?
No. Yes, I do.
How does that make you feel? Tell us.
I would be scared if I vaped and be like, people are dying now. I'm like, fuck.
I would stop immediately.
I stopped a while ago.
That's the thing. People aren't, though. I feel like people have not.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I know you have. But
Yeah, I
like,
stopped a while ago, so.
I mean, talk about like the highs and the lows of vaping itself. Like
the real, well, I did used to smoke cigarettes pretty adamantly. And vaping does help, but it also still doesn't completely, like 100% kill your, what is it called? Like your crave for a cigarette or
So
something?
doesn't scratch that
for
itch.
the nicotine.
Not completely. It's a different kind of nicotine.
Does it replace that? Like,
Yeah. It's different. It can sustain that, your crave, but it won't completely fulfill it.
So it's like wanting Jersey Mike's, but you're on a Subway.
Yes.
wait. Which one's better, Jersey Mike's or Subway?
Bitch.
Jersey Mike's.
Come
Jersey
on, man.
Mike's is 100% better than Subway.
Jesus.
I'm just like who knows? Maybe Joel was like Jersey Mike's and Subway was a cigarette. You know, like which one's which?
Yeah. Yeah, so Jersey Mike's is the shit.
You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Like,
Is there a fucking cat out there or what? What you looking at, boy?
I know e-cigs are heavily marketed.
Yep.
just because.
Those came out like
A while ago.
e-cigs came out way before vaping, right?
Mm-hmm.
From what I remember.
Or like
Yeah.
e-cigs and vaping.
I
feel like
I
those-
remember when it came out though. I thought it was a good idea because it could replace.
But I heard there was tons of recalls on stuff like that, wasn't there?
I don't remember. I don't remember hearing any of that. Sorry.
No, I don't know. I feel like I just heard a bunch of shit for a while that was going on with that stuff.
I'm for like companies like, I'm just gonna say it again because it's probably like one of the biggest ones that I'm familiar with, at least, is Juul, and how much research and like actual development they've gone through to get to their product. And honestly, I hope that they're not necessarily considered what do you call it, the cause of this. I hope that it's like literally the black market that is causing these disease that are going on. The only problem I have with e-cigarettes at the moment is the factor where kids are getting a hand on these, and that they're different flavors. And my biggest problem personally would be that they have nicotine.
Yeah,
And
because
that is my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah, because like I could, when you think about vaping and all that, and as trying to get someone off of cigarettes, it sounds like a good idea, right? Less nicotine, it helps them like something in between,
Just
like
curbs
almost
that
like a
addiction.
patch,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like that's a good idea. But then, on the other hand, they didn't think that it's a good gateway to nicotine for kids, especially 'cause that thing smells good. It's just, it smells
gonna
so
lie,
good.
yeah.
It's all fruity. It's like maybe I want to.
Have you ever seen the meme where he's like smoking in a car? He's like, oh my God, another one, do another one. And he's like behind the car and like this guy's vaping in front of him.
No,
Oh shit.
trash.
We'll put that up right now.
I'll put it up in there somewhere.
We're gonna get copyrighted from some random memer.
Yeah.
Yo, using my cunt.
But like, yeah, like all these kids are like, they don't see it as dangerous because, it smells good. Everyone's doing it. Like you're getting into this like the issues with cigarettes again. Everyone's doing it because it's cool.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like what I said earlier. It's like I like to drink alcohol, so I don't see anything wrong with people vaping, but it's got to be held to the same standard. So you cannot, like, underage drinking. It's definitely something that cannot happen. So it's got to be held to the same standard as vaping. Or vaping's has.
See, I disagree. I think the drinking age should be lowered. I feel like drinking at a younger age would actually help kids
That's a different topic, though.
understand like alcohol, but whatever.
This guy.
Anyway, anyway, I mean Germany's drinking age is much lower, but whatever. Anyway, my problem with nicotine, like I was mentioning earlier, is the brain development in children, the effect that nicotine actually has on kids, and how these like fruit flavored, the smell, the taste, is just makes it so attractive, and it's like, oh, it's a cool thing. What if you made non-nicotine flavored vapes or whatever? Like,
That is a thing, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a thing.
Is
I've
it that
heard
what most of the
What?
I would not. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
there you go. Give that to your kids. God,
you're
like, I don't care.
You're still fucking inhaling smoke. Anything you fucking inhale into your lungs is gonna be bad for you. But
Is
What?
it just air though? Or is it what exactly is being inhaled? Like, is it gonna get you high, or
it
is
doesn't
this?
fucking matter, dude. It's smoke into your lungs. This shit's gonna fuck you up.
But if your kid has like an itch or something, and he's like, just like needs like to be doing something,
Throw the
and,
kid
like,
I
away.
don't think I'm gonna give my kid a vape.
I don't know. Like, I
Put
mean,
that boy
like,
in
if it
sports.
keeps him like on track and it keeps him focused,
Put him in
then
sports.
what's
How-
up with a vape if it doesn't have nicotine? If he's not being addicted to it, you know?
Throw them away.
I mean, how easy it is from switching from a non-nicotine one to a nicotine one. There's obviously better
It's a big
alternatives to that.
difference. The from switching from a nicotine to a non-nicotine vape is a really big step for somebody who's addicted to this.
Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people I mean, they say that it actually helps and that they need it to go on throughout their day. So I'm sure if someone were to do like that zero nicotine shit, it definitely make
I've heard that it's actually really difficult and that people to actually like so like people who stop smoking, and I think there was like a research that vaping like helps stop smoking for like some people is that percentage is really low.
I don't know though. Like I mean, I used to smoke a lot of what's it called? Hookah. Yeah, I used to smoke a lot of hookah just because I thought it was cool and because of the flavor. So it's kind of along the same track, and it's probably stronger than vapes, but a little less stronger than cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's equivalent to what cigarettes are.
Okay.
But I never saw that.
No,
that addiction.
It's like the equivalent to smoking like 50 cigarettes.
Yeah,
every session
exactly.
or
So
something stupid
so
like
it's
that.
about the same. But I've never like I don't have that
Craving?
addiction, that craving for it. I stopped whenever I wanted to. The only reason I did it was probably because of the taste. So I don't know. I don't see, like, from my personal viewpoint, I don't see why it would be so hard to stop. But I guess it's kind of like with me drinking. Like, I probably wouldn't be able to stop drinking. I'd probably minimize it, but in terms of smoking, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I don't know. People are addicted for a reason, and
People have addictive qualities in their genetics too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
That
kinda
Miranda
brings-
just brought up a good point. She said,
so we have an unexpected guest.
"Can you just swipe that mic from
Yeah,
him?"
take that
We're
mic.
gonna tag Adrian out.
and
R.I.P.
repeat exactly what you just said.
Looks like we just hired someone.
And we have a new hire.
Flip it over. Just point it
You gotta
towards
talk
you.
to the front.
He's sleeping on it.
All right, hold on. Before she starts talking, this is Miranda. This is Adrian's fiance. Miranda Todd Nicole. Welcome to the
Our
pod.
hired manager.
Our current manager and our guest. Welcome. So what was that
Hello.
you just said? Yeah, you don't need the pop filter. It's fine.
People have addictive qualities in their genes, so a lot of the times it doesn't work out the way people want it to work out.
I kind of absolutely agree with this especially with alcohol.
Can I just
And
say that your voice sounds so hot?
mine?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like,
You want to like sleep with my voice or
Maybe.
something later?
yeah.
All right.
Not you, just your voice.
Just my voice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That'd definitely be
All
pretty
right.
cool. All right.
Where are we meeting?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Miranda was mentioning that people's genetics, sometimes they're more predisposed to being addictive to stuff. And absolutely, I feel like alcoholism is a huge issue in this, but in the case of like nicotine, like just that addictiveness, I've definitely seen my fair share of people being addicted to stuff, and to be addicted to, like, say, smoking as to vaping. In my opinion, I'd rather somebody be addicted to vaping where they can, like, at least try to reduce maybe like their harm to their lungs at least. But I don't know.
Yeah, we all agree on that part, but I feel like there's too many bads outweighing the good. Like, yeah, it's a good intermediate. I can never say that stupid word.
Intermittent.
Intermediary.
Okay.
Yeah, you get me. But I think it's just too easy to like. It's good to help people off of it, but it's too easy to get people on it.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
I see
ban vapes.
You know,
100% cold turkey.
that. All right. Let's compare this vaping thing to guns now, though.
no.
No.
Let's compare it to something else. Something more along those terms. This whole, like, opioid addiction and these deaths that are related to fentanyl within those opioids. Like, don't you think the high number of deaths would make people stop?
But it's a problem of addiction.
Yeah.
It's not that yeah they're scared they're gonna die, but they can't live without it.
Have you ever been addicted to something, Ruben?
Yes,
Your love?
juice.
My voice.
I'm pretty sure I have a few addictions. I mean, I guess alcohol. Now I just sound like a fucking alcoholic, but I literally drink every weekend.
Okay.
Or video. Oh, I guess video games. Video games. Yeah, I guess video games
I
would
think
be
video
a good addiction.
I definitely think video games is an underrated addiction that people aren't looking into yet.
Yeah.
Or as much.
Yeah, because if you told me I was gonna die from playing video games, like I'm still playing. I was
Gotta get this last game of Apex in.
trying to get that dub. And so
Apex
when you,
3 season coming out.
like no, like but definitely putting it in that perspective, I could definitely see why people aren't stopping. But
You know what's a big addiction people have that no one really talks about that much, but it's coming up to light now, is social media.
I was gonna say porn, but that's also around the same thing. It's pretty similar. I mean, I think.
They have a comment section, right? No.
Yeah, they do. No, I'm kidding. I can confirm that.
But yeah, like
No, yeah,
people
social
are
media-
on their phones
That's definitely a big one. Yeah,
all day, and
including myself.
like take away someone's phone and they go crazy.
Yeah.
What about food?
Food, that's a big one. I'm fat
Okay,
for a
dude.
reason.
Okay, why are you
Yeah.
firing shots at me right now?
I feel really attacked right now.
I mean, I feel like that's a big one in our country.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, what are we, the second? Are we the second most?
We're the
people?
second biggest behind
Hell yeah.
Mexico.
Behind Mexico. Yeah. And guess what? And guess what? I'm
Oh,
Mexican. Fucking R.I.P.
Like-
dude.
I haven't been in Mexico in a long time, but when I would go, every corner was a food truck or like a
No.
taquero or something like that.
It's not a food truck. It's not a truck.
Food tuck, huh?
Food truck.
What
That's
is
what
that?
we're into
What is
now.
that?
You know what? It's a Mexican thing.
Is that when you-
all right?
Is that when you tuck food under your fucking underbelly
Oh,
to
yeah,
save it
that's
for
why we
later?
sold. It's not a food truck anymore. Like our houses are fucking taquerias, bro. Like, come on
there,
through.
yeah.
Like, we're our garage is open. Hell yeah, we're making tacos in there. Come on in. Like, love it. Like anywhere around like 9, 10, 11 p.m. You're just hungry. Walk down the street, and there's a taco shop open.
Dude, you didn't even gotta walk down the street though. Like I remember last time I was
It's your neighbor's house.
no, last time I was in Mexico, like I was a pretty young kid, and just the stuff they were eating was so different to what I was used to eating here. Because I mean, when I was a kid, my diet was pretty strict
Uh-huh.
for whatever reason. And over there, they'd just eat like fucking quesadillas all day, and I just thought it was so weird, so unhealthy, and like. Like I believe they're the most obese country. Like one time I was watching the USA high school team versus Mexico team, and the Mexican team looked so pudgy compared to the USA team.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong there. Who won that game?
USA, dude, Mexico got fucking murdered.
Let's see him now.
Even though
Where's USA now? Huh? Now pouring money down their soccer team. I'll tell you that.
The girls, like you say,
Oh,
girls,
Okay. That's
they're
different.
beasts.
Those ladies need a fucking raise. Hell yeah. They fucking just straight up took the World Championship World
Again.
Cup last year.
Again, another topic.
for whatever. We'll get on that issue next
So
podcast.
back to addiction.
Yeah,
But yeah,
back to addictions, dude. Let's talk about fucking heroin. No, I'm kidding.
Have you ever tried that shit?
It's so good. It feels
All right,
so good.
all right. Let me get a.
chill. No, but
And we're back.
I mean, so seeing like comparing it to video games and seeing how hard it is to stop, I just feel like that would be something that we need to bring awareness to as a country, and maybe have some sort of program, that would help us, combat addictions in general. Because I know there are like these 12-step programs, Alcoholics Anonymous, Drug Abusers Anonymous, shit like that. We're at 55 minutes? Oh, wow. That went by pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I think that it's not easily accessible to people.
I don't like that it's underfunded. Like,
That
or
too.
at least like, say somebody gets a DUI or something. It's like more of a penalty rather than let's get you back to rehabilitation.
Yeah.
It's more focused on taking your money rather than like ruining your life rather than actually helping you get better and being more productive.
Yeah, I can see that.
If like our society were to focus more on that helping your addiction, I feel like it'd be a lot better. I feel like you wanted to say something.
Well, that's true. I do believe that our country needs to work on addiction and helping people, especially with addiction and what do you call it? Mental health.
Definitely.
But when you decide to drink and get behind the wheel of a car, that's a different story. That's more like going back to school shootings and being impaired and using a weapon.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the topics that we talked today kind of relate back to mental health. And it's not something that's really spoken about. I don't know. That's just the way I see it. Also, your voice sounds amazing. We need to have more girls on this podcast. I'm tired of hearing all bitch ass voices.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, but yeah, I think I personally believe that that's probably the source to all this madness that's going on within this country.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a lot of things. You can't pinpoint it onto one certain thing. You could say it's that. You could say it's fucking wages not matching up to.
Or you can say it's
our occupations. It's a bunch of things, really,
it's
but
everything compiled together, pretty much bringing it down to that one guy that's being affected by everything. You know.
yeah.
So
not knowing how to
we
deal with
decided that you're born crazy and addicted. You're going to shoot up school shootings or not.
it. Oh yeah.
Wait. Are school shooters vapors? No. Well, tune in
Usually
next time
because
here
they're
on Random Dudes with Bruce, where we figure it out. No.
Yeah.
Oh, on other news, before we log out, we finished our tepache brew, or not finished. We finished transferring
Like 3/4 of the way there,
So-
I would say.
How's that going so far?
All right. So for anyone who doesn't know, we're creating our own, I guess, alcoholic beverage. We don't really know what it's gonna be. It seems like it's most likely gonna be a cider, and we brewed it using different kinds of fruits.
Yes.
I think most of it was pineapple. The
So-
pineapple definitely helps with the fermentation because of its bacteria.
So from the fruit that we were able to break down, we got a lot of fructose, and we added a little bit of glucose with our agave extract that we had. We wanted to keep it a little bit more natural, more Mexican feel to it, just because this is supposed to be a Mexican drink. And so for those of you who don't know, we were trying to aim for a tepache, but we'll see how that actually ends up now that we're actually carbonating rather than just straight fermenting.
What did you guys think of the taste?
A raunchy.
Really?
From
You
the
thought it was
bucket.
that raunchy, huh?
I thought it was
yeah,
kinda
from-
raunchy.
Yeah.
But overall, really good. Had a nice pineapple taste to it. I enjoyed it.
That's the biggest thing I could taste out of it was that pineapple.
Yeah.
Fruity, but very pineapple.
But I feel like from what this drink was going for, we have the drink on us. It might be a little carbonated now. If any of you guys want to try it.
I'm interested.
Okay.
What did you think, Miranda? You had a little bit, right?
I felt like it tasted a lot like a cider,
Okay, cool.
like a hard
Yeah.
cider.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how that comes out, and we'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. But for now, we're going to head out. Catch
All
you guys later.
Peace.
Later.